Good morning, or afternoon, or whenever you're, whenever you are watching this. It's another quick little midweek message from Pigeon Creek Presbyterian Church, and we are happy to have you with us as always. Here's a couple things that I think are important to note for those of us in the church family. One is that we are going to be serving communion this Sunday in our worship service, this Sunday, May the 3rd. And if you would like to participate, by all means, you can have some items there at your house, something that would serve as suitable elements for a communion meal. Bread and juice, grape juice, or even wine are very suitable, but you can also, provide other things to you and yours as you see fit there at the house. We will pray a blessing over those elements, and therefore they will be consecrated from their common use to their sacred use, as we like to say in the church business. So we're looking forward to that this Sunday. Also, we have started the mystery box for the kids out there who are interested in maybe either bringing something to the church, or I could bring the box to them and then pick it up again. And I promise I won't peek, I won't look at it till Sunday when we actually do the church service, and I will make up a children's sermon from something that's in the box. So if any kids out there are interested in participating in that, let me know. You could also take a picture of something and send it to Miss Lisa. She'll put the picture of it in the box, and then I can do the children's sermon that way. So please keep submitting your prayer requests. I want to say that one of the blessings that has come out of our difficult and strange circumstances as we continue to shelter in place and we're not able to gather as a church family on Sunday mornings. One of the blessings is that I think our prayer lives have been greatly enhanced. I just get a sense from folks' response and reaction, and also their willingness to submit prayer requests, that prayer is happening, and that's a good thing. And if I can just encourage you to not get complacent in that. It's so important that we pray for one another. And we've also gotten such a good number of responses from folks who have had people on the prayer list and seen positive results from, their condition, either physically or emotionally or both. And that's neat to see, but we know that that's a testament to the power of God and the way that when we pray together and pray in unity for folks, there does seem to be an extra level of power to that and strength to that prayer. So please keep your prayer requests coming, and we'll pass them out to people as soon as possible. Speaking of that, wanted to mention Ed Reiser. Some of you got the word that Ed's just battling a sinus infection right now and could definitely use your prayers. He's feeling kind of lousy, understandably so. And also, a woman who is in the Bentworth School District, an aide, actually, she is Alyssa Borso's aide, Darlene McGrady. We've been praying for her for a while, and she is having surgery tomorrow, which would be Thursday, April the 30th. She's having surgery, so if we could keep Darlene in our prayers, that would be great also. I also just wanted to mention real quickly, just a grateful word of thanks to all of those folks who have taken the time and remembered to send some form of offering or gift to the church in financially, because we it's the reality of who we are as a church that we need to be able to maintain our operations here. And so your contributions and your offerings have been greatly appreciated and noticed and used very well. I promise you that. One of the things that we've been able to do just in the past couple weeks, because folks have remained faithful in their giving, is that we have passed that on, and we've donated some money from the church to Bentworth Blessings, which are providing meals right now for families and kids in the Bentworth School District. That's our local school district here. We've also donated money to Resurrection Power, which is a great organization in this area that provides housing and opportunities for those who have been suffering through addiction and are in the process of recovery from those things and are actively seeking a way out of their life that was so bound and imprisoned by their addictions. And as they're working their way out, Resurrection Power is a ministry done by a Presbyterian minister here, Reverend Bob Hedges started it. And it does great things for these folks. And they've really hit a hardship during this pandemic as far as their funding is concerned. Same is true with Washington City Mission, and so Pigeon Creek again the session voted to send some money their way too. So we're trying to help out the city mission here. So please know that as you're donating money to Pigeon Creek, we're doing our best to remain faithful to God and our ministry and our mission here in using that money the best way possible and the wisest way possible. And one other thing, speaking of donations, let's do a second wave of food donations. So if folks can start bringing in, again, non-perishable items and stuff that's not expired themselves, but canned goods and other things, dry goods that we can collect here at the church and then pass on to folks who need it. That's also a vital ministry that we're able to participate in. And so we delivered a lot of the food you saw a couple weeks ago. We delivered a lot of food to a local food bank here in Bentleyville. Let's, if you can, bring some food items over to the church. If the church door is locked, leave it right outside there. We don't mind if we leave it outside the church there for a day or something, and if somebody would come by and needs to help themselves to some food, we figure that's probably something that they need very much. So we have no hesitation in leaving the food outside as long as it's packed well and it's not something that animals could get into. And believe me, between Norma and Alyssa and I, we're here in and out of the church often enough that food won't stay outside for too long. And if you're lucky, maybe you'll see one of us here at the church and the door will be open and you'll be able to come in and just drop your stuff off. So let's do another food collection. And thanks again for everything that you're doing in terms of praying for folks and providing for folks. The Pigeon Creek family has done an awesome job in ministering to people, even in this time where we're kind of limited in how we can see each other and the ways we can go about doing that. Okay. All that being said, here's a brief passage I wanted to read for you today. This is from Psalm 95, starting at verse 6. And it says this: "Come, let us bow down in worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flock under his care. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts." I was actually reading, just kind of for my own pleasure, the play Our Town recently. And that play is such a neat commentary on the preciousness of moments and the preciousness of the present. Emily, the main character, at one point is lamenting because she, I don't want to give away too much of the story if you want to see it or read it at some point, but she is given a great gift, similar to George Bailey in It's a Wonderful Life, but she is a young woman who has passed away, and she is able to come back and see her some of her 12th birthday. And in witnessing just kind of how she and her loved ones went about their day, she's able to see that people miss so much just in the everyday routine of life and how precious it all is. And she laments and wonders why people don't notice more and don't look at each other more and see each other more. And I think God has that in his heart too when he looks at us and gives us this day. You know, Jesus, in the prayer that he taught us, says, give us this day our daily bread. And certainly that means just the provisions of the day as far as what we need, but also the provisions of each day that we're able to need and want and find in how we interact with one another, and how we care for one another, and just how we notice one another. So today, don't harden your hearts. Today, look at it as a gift. Look at each moment as a gift, and look at the people in your life as the gifts that they are. Notice and appreciate things. I think that's a scriptural truth, and that's a truth I think we all can agree is much needed and much necessary, especially in this time of our lives. I certainly notice and appreciate all of you, and I'm so glad to be a part of Pigeon Creek and what it's all about. I'm happy that, again, folks who are not normally a part of our church family have decided to connect with us in this way. And again, you're stuck with us now. Sorry, there's no turning back. So we're glad to be together, and I hope you have a glorious and great day. And again, I hope you notice and appreciate all the gifts of what the world is around us and the people in our lives.